seduced by all the sexy AI things that are out there, and we're going to see plenty of examples of that. But most importantly, if you walk away from the next hour with any tangible skill, it should be how to see a problem, how to approach that problem, and how to think about using AI in order to solve that problem. Let me give you some examples of how computers are already becoming smarter than humans at actually very complicated tasks. Who here has heard of Alphago, or just the of the Go machine that Google had built in order to beat humans at the game of Go? AlphaGo is no longer the best Go player in the world. There's a new machine called Alphago Zero that was trained in a very different way. AlphaGo was trained by feeding it millions of games of Go. Alphago Zero was taught by having it play itself over and over again in a technique called reinforcement learning. And with reinforcement learning, you don't teach it anything other than the rules, and you give it a virtual sugar cube if it wins, and you give it a little lump of coal if it loses. And you have the machine play itself billions and billions of times, and you see how quickly it improves, right? And what's amazing to me, not only that it learned to be the best in 40 days, whereas this game often takes a lifetime to master, is that when experts reviewed it playing itself, by the end of this time period, they described it as fencing on a tight wire. That they had no idea why it was doing the things that it was doing. They were learning about the game of Go from the machine because it was so seemingly erratic, but actually quite elegant. Stanford algorithm was recently trained to be better at diagnosing pneumonia than Stanford doctors. This took about a month to train. The inventor of this application basically said, radiologists, we should stop training radiologists right now. It's a little bit extreme, but at the end of the day, radiologists are not going to be looking at images for much longer. 3 to 5 years from now, they'll be prescribing more complex modalities for treating patients. They're not going to be looking at images. Computers are going to be better at looking at images than human beings are. The question then becomes, once they're interconnected and they're smarter than us, what do they do? How do they view human beings? Do they see us as some sort of existential threat? Because there's no question you'll be able to converse. We're only about 10 years away from you conversing with a human machine and not knowing it's a machine and thinking it's a human being. And we can teach them to have personality and to build rapport. That's, in fact, what we're doing in my current company. We're going to see some larger problem-solving skills begin to develop. And by that, I mean we won't have to tell the computers, here's the problem, here's the pile of data, here's how you're going to model it, here's how we're going to generate results. We'll just tell the computer, here's the problem, point it at data, and have it come up with clever ideas for how we can solve the problem. So all of this to say that there are some amazing things going on in artificial intelligence that in many ways the computers are either matching human intelligence or in the case of those radiology images as well as the game of Go, it's exceeding ours. Right? This is going to continue across a number of different facets.